Hey, welcome back. Now, I'm joined now by Brian Boyle, folks. And when I talk about perseverance and people overcoming things to do their athletic dreams, this guy's a great story. Brian, thanks for coming on the show.
Thank you for having me.
I got to take you back. Now, Brian, he was running last week in the Marine Corps Marathon. You're going to run the New York City Marathon
this weekend.
Now, there's going to be a lot of people in this marathon who've overcome some things, who've dealt with some things. But this guy right here, in a major car accident, 2004,
yes,
lost 100 pounds, 2 months in a coma, 14 operations, 36 blood transfusions. They said you died 8 times, heart stopped 8 times, and here you are running in marathons. Break it down for me. Take me back to that day and what you went through and how you feeling, man.
You know, it's pretty much like the whole journey back to life. You know, started July 6, 2004, just waking up in that coma 2 months later. And now, you know, ever since then, I just had so much support from my parents, my family, my doctors, hospital, everybody. Yeah. And now I'm just trying to, you know, give back, use my story to help others and live my dreams.
Yeah, it's amazing. Now, you were an athlete prior to that,
yes.
Bodybuilder, you swam in high school. Track, took care of yourself. Then you get in this accident, you lose 100 pounds. You don't even know that you're going to live or walk again. And then how long was the process before you were to get back to even remotely walking, but let alone jogging, working out, getting strong again?
I would say about half a year. Yeah. To get back on my feet, you know, actually on my feet without any support from the walker, the cane, or my parents holding me up with a restraint belt. It was a very, very small process.
Yeah.
I mean, the whole thing was just like little things were happening and just taking so long to happen. It was minimal progress, but I just stayed hopeful, you know, tried to keep going, tried to keep, you know, pushing forward and everything. So
plugged away at it. Almost 3 years afterward, though, you're competing in the Ironman in Hawaii. Now, Brian, come on, man. I played football in college. I never even sprained an ankle. I could not run an Ironman. You almost lose your life, and you're making me look bad here, buddy. Was that getting into the not extreme sports, but the triathlons, the marathon running? Was that something you would have done prior to this? Because that's just the way you are, because you were an athlete before, or did going through this and rebuilding your body almost further make you want to push yourself?
I think that was the main factor. Was using the Ironman as my way of testing myself, make sure I was fully healed, fully recovered. And when I crossed the finish line in Kona on October 13, 2007, that was my way of knowing that I was back to life.
Yeah, 23 years old, senior at St. Mary's.
Yes, sir.
The book, you know, there's a great book right here. You did it with Bill Katowski.
Yes.
He does Triathlon Magazine?
He was the founder of Triathlete Magazine.
Triathlete Magazine. It's got Ironheart. Definitely check this book out. It's an amazing story about everything you went through, a little story about your life as well. Growing up in Welcome, Maryland. It's over by the shore, right?
Yes, sir.
Born in Silver Spring, so you're familiar with the area. Well, the thing I have to ask you is, when you go back and you went through something like that, when you really thought you might die, is life different for you now than before? Because I always hear when people go through something catastrophic, they say, I have a new perspective. Yeah. But we all have bad days, and we all have days where, man, you know what, this really sucks. I really don't like this. Do you still have those days, or do you just go, hey, wait a minute, I almost didn't make it?
Yeah. You know,
what's that like?
A little bit of both. You know, I have my good days, my bad days, just like a normal person. But I think, you know, with what I've experienced, it's given me like this platform to use my story to help American Red Cross, Live Strong Foundation, all these different, you know, factors and aspects. You know, I try to use my story to be a positive, you know, factor for people. Now,
you're going to run in the marathon in New York. You ran in the Marine Corps. You ran in Baltimore. That's 3 marathons in 4 weeks?
Yeah. I wouldn't recommend it. You know, I'm a little sore today. Yeah. But it's, you know, it's about the experience. Yep. To qualify for Kona in the Ironman on my own, I have to really work in the marathon. The swimming's okay, the biking's okay, but the marathon, I got some work to do, and that's what the marathons are all about. Well,
you're a bigger guy, so running is not, the long distance running is not natural to a bigger guy. Maybe sprinting, but has that been the toughest part?
It's been the most difficult. I feel like a linebacker, you know, football linebacker out there running with these guys, and you know, it is about the experience, but you know, I'd like to improve the time a little bit, so that's why I'm, you know, putting the time in, you know, doing that whole process.
Wow. Now, what I thought was really cool, the Ironman part of it, and you went over there. Did you run into anyone else who'd been through some things similar, whether it may be a heart attack or they had a bad injury before? Have you run into some other people? Have you gone through some of the events?
It's amazing.
Similar stuff?
With the Ironman especially, you see so many remarkable stories, so many inspirational stories, and that's why I always watch the Ironman every year, to see those stories. And I never thought one day I'd be one of those main stories on there. It was just unbelievable feeling to see that. But to see these people in real life, the people I watch every year on TV, to see them in real life and meet them, truly humbled and truly inspired. And that really was a...
You mentioned you're doing that, but you're also doing some public speaking. You're doing some... What you doing?
You know, mostly with the American Red Cross. Yep. I just started, you know, work with Lance Armstrong and the Live Strong Foundation for Nike, and It is about giving back, but with the American Red Cross, I was named the spokesman of the year, which was really cool.
Yeah.
And working with the Baltimore chapter, the Southern Maryland chapter, and now the national chapter, it's just been a remarkable experience. The way, it's so meaningful to, help out in any way that I can.
And the website is ironheart.org.
Yep, yes,
People
sir.
can get more information on Brian. It's Ironheart. It's a great read. Definitely check it out. Check this guy out. It's an amazing story. Like I said, now you inspired me, man. Now I'm going to have to go run a marathon or something, because if you could do it, no excuse for the rest of us. It's a great story. Brian, best of luck to you, man. We're going to follow you. Come back on sometime and join us again, man. I'd appreciate it.
Thank you.